Becky, and the beads were good again this week. I'm doing my weekly wrap up and chat where I talk about what I made this week, what my plans are for next week, and sort of, you know, how things are going. That's all. It's not usually a very long chat situation. I run out of things to talk about when I don't have like somebody else to like bounce things off of, or I'm not like talking about what I'm doing. So, you know, it's just we're gonna go over all that stuff. So I didn't make a ton of stuff this week. I made a few things. Actually, I didn't bring over. It's fine. You don't need to see it. Anyway, I made 3 necklaces on video, a pair of earrings, and a bracelet. And I just uploaded the bracelet tutorial. It's in the unboxing for the Jill Wiseman Czech glass treasure packs that I did. Also did a tutorial for making one of these little bracelet thingies that you can use to get your bracelet on easier. So I did a tutorial for that too. I'll put links to all of these videos in the description if you would like to watch them, if you missed them. But yeah, it was a really quick tutorial. All you need is some 18 gauge wire and you're good. So I did that, and then I remade this Bridgerton-inspired netted necklace with some of the beads from the Soft Flex Turtle Love, that's the one. I forgot the name. The Soft Flex Turtle Love kit. And I was so happy that it actually worked out. And here's the thing, is that when I cut my silver silk, it was for the smaller, skinnier focal part. So now when I put this on, it is a little bit on the long side. So I'm probably going to be cutting this down, and all I'm gonna have to do is just redo the ends of it. So I'll be, you know, undoing where the what's the thing called? The crimp, undoing where the crimps are, and just shortening up the back of that a little bit so that it lays closer to the base of my neck, because it looks better and it wears better there than it does just kind of hanging out here. So that's what I'm probably going to be doing with that, because again, the first time I made it, when I cut the silver silk, it was for a much shorter bit in the front, and now this one goes across from collarbone to collarbone, which is where I wanted it to be. So I'm just going to need to shorten up the silver silk bits here, and I can do that. That's something that I can do on my own. I just haven't done it yet, but that was one of the things that I made this week. I was very happy about. And then I did a necklace with the Jesse James beads. This is the Modern Bohemian box, and it has just such a vibe. These colors, like I did my my hair this week, by the way. Don't know if you noticed. I did it. It's all done. Let me just stand up a little bit. That's where this one. It's long because I wanted to have an overhead necklace, something that you didn't have to worry about a clasp. It's easy to put on and off. And the fairy silk in the back, it's so comfortable to wear. So comfortable. And then I made some earrings with double the tassels for double the fun with that same bead box. And I think honestly, with these black and white swirls, my dress goes with this really well. What I am wearing today. So yeah, I also made, I worked on some knitting projects off camera, and I did some projects from some kits. I did not finish all of them, but I started several of them, which is, again, one of those things that I tend to do sometimes, is start things and not finish them. So what, that's kind of the good thing about filming my projects. And if I sit down to film it, I'm gonna finish it, because I have to, so that the project will be complete, so I can upload it and so people can watch it. So like, that really helps me finish my things. So when I'm making something and I'm not filming it because it's a kit, it's somebody else's design or something that they put together, I'm doing a tutorial that somebody else did, oftentimes I'll get the fun part done, and then like the finish work part that's just kind of work, I don't always finish it. And I do that for with my knitting projects sometimes too. Like I'll finish the knitting part and then I'll just be like, okay, what's next? And I won't weave in my ends and I won't block it. I cannot tell you how many lace shawls, beaded lace shawls that I've put in hours and hours and days and weeks and months of work into are sitting there unblocked and unworn because I haven't done like that last little bit. So I don't know, maybe my challenge for myself this week needs to be finish what I started. I need to pick some projects that I started and I need to finish them. So I don't know that that's going to translate a lot to things that I film, because again, a lot of the things that I started and didn't finish are other people's designs, not things that I should be, you know, it's not ethical really to film myself doing other people's projects, because they already have tutorials usually for those, or they sell the instructions for it. So me putting that out there is that's not a good idea. So I'll probably be finishing those offline, but I hope to have several finished things to show you next week. But I will also be making some new things with some new ideas as well. But let me keep going, because there's something else that I love these earrings, and I can see myself in the screen and just like, look at the way that they wobble and wave. This is why I love tassels. This is why. Anyway, so yeah, we did that. But then there was another one that was inspired by Bridgerton, and it's one of those things where like there's so many of the costumes, so many of the what is it called, the jewelry is what's getting me the most in this show. And there was this one that was like sheaves of wheat or something, but it was like diamonds and that sort of thing. And so I took some super duos and I made these little wheat sheaves and I strung them all along, and I made a necklace using some of the beads in the Beads of the Month Club. And just look at that. It hangs just the way I wanted it to, with each of these little things just radiating out from the center. I need to make 2 more of these and turn them into earrings, because I think that would make a fantastic earring. In fact, I might do the stud method. Yeah, I think I'll do that. So, because I need to have earrings to go with this, right? It would be rude not to. So I'll do that. But yeah, it's been a fun little jaunt and journey trying to make these things that I was inspired to buy other things to make. And I don't know, maybe let's talk a little bit about that dividing line between inspiration and imitation, because you know that can be one of those things where if you are taking somebody else's design ideas, you know, that's imitation. And sometimes, you know, you might say imitation is the sincerest form of flattery. But I think inspiration is more wanting to make something your own, or figuring out your own way of making something similar, but not exactly the same, or something like that, which is what I did with mine. That's why I called it inspired by, is because it's not exactly the same. It's not the same colors. It's not the same beads. It's not, you would never look at both of those and say like, oh, that was a direct copy, but you can see where the inspiration came from, where you might want to make something that's kind of like that. And I just want to make it clear, for like the things that I produce tutorials for on my channel, I do that so that there's something you can follow to make exactly what I made. I'm tickled if people make the same thing I made. That's why I make a tutorial, is so that it's there and it's available for you to follow those instructions and do the same thing. I also really, really love it when someone takes something that I've made and puts their own spin on it and makes something that's inspired by it. I love that. That makes me so happy. So just to be clear, I'm not saying don't copy me, because absolutely make something if I've inspired you to make something like what I've made, or if you want to make exactly the same thing that I made with the same beads and the same method, follow my tutorial. That's why I made them, so that they're out there so that people can do that. I don't sell my jewelry, so it's not like if you make something and give it to a friend, you're not taking money out of my pocket for that. You know, the things that I've come up with, I am freely sharing on this channel. If you want to give credit, awesome. I love having a shout out. I love having people say, hey, I learned this from Becky. That's awesome, and I love it. But yeah, make stuff that I made. Let's make stuff together. I love that. Speaking of which, I actually have a sort of little announcement. I'm going to be doing a beading party with Softflex on their Facebook. They do the Facebook and the YouTube lives. They do it on Wednesdays. It's the beading party thing, and I've been invited to do that this coming Wednesday. I don't have my Axe League, so I'm going to be able to come and make some things, and I'm going to be teaching y'all how to make these wire turtles, just using some Softflex wire and some of the turtle love beads, and we're just gonna have a great time putting things together, and I am so excited, y'all. It's gonna be really fun. So if you're not subscribed to the Softflex YouTube channel, go ahead, subscribe so you can get notification, because it's not going to be on my channel, it will be on their channel. And so I'm gonna be doing that this Wednesday, and it's gonna be super fun. I can't wait, because I love Softflex. I wouldn't be making tutorials if it wasn't for them. Honestly, I would probably just be, maybe I would have gotten tired or bored of making jewelry and just gone and moved on to another hobby by this point. But they just made it so much fun to participate, so much fun to be part of a beading community, and I just wanted to do more of that. And it was because of that company. I absolutely love Softflex as a company, and I love that I get to be doing this. Anyway, that's my little bit of news about something to look forward to this week as well. I'm just so happy about that, because I get to hang out with Kristen, and Kristen's amazing. All right, I'm gonna settle down for just a minute, just go down a notch. I actually opened up the Czech treasures bags that Jill Wiseman put together, and they were a pre-order, so they're not currently available. I pre-ordered it, and then she went to the Czech Republic and did like bead shopping, and then I opened that up. That was my last video. If you ordered from her and you don't have your bags and you want it to be a surprise, I'm going to tell you to look away from your screen, like just walk out of the room or something for the next like minute or so, because I'm going to show you a bracelet that I made using the beads from that, and I actually made it during my video. Also, during my video, I made it a little too short, so I restrung it after the video and added just 2 beads to each strand on the way there. It's a double strand bracelet, so I'm giving you plenty of time to look away, by the way. I haven't shown it yet. If you're purposely looking away from the screen, keep looking away if you want this to be a surprise, but I'm just gonna show it here on the screen with this 2-hole bracelet, and it actually fits on my, since I remade it, it actually fits on my wrist, and the toggle clasp goes through perfectly, and it is a beautiful, beautiful bracelet, and Jill picked the perfect beads. Okay, if you were looking away from your screen, it's safe to look now. I've put it away. The spoilers are no longer here. I hope that didn't spoiler anyone. I was trying to make sure that you didn't see what that was, but if you did order that and you haven't gotten it yet, she did a fantastic job picking out beads. I love like all of them so much. So much. They're beautiful, beautiful beads. And if you don't get notifications if you're not subscribed to her newsletter, her mailing list. That's how you find out when she puts the pre-order open for another Czech treasure thing. I don't know if she's going to do another trip in October, or if this was the trip was the one that she did in the spring, but you know, she will probably do another one next year. You never know. And it's definitely worth it. She has fantastic taste in beads. It's well worth putting your trust in her to pick those out for you. I love it when people pick beads out for me. That's like one of my favorite things. Absolutely my favorite things. But yeah. All right. So Ellen would like some attention. I'm just going to give you one last look at my hair now that I did it. And I just wanted to wish everyone who is a father a happy Father's Day. And if you're missing your dad, or he's not there anymore or something like that, sort of in the same boat, you know, you can celebrate the memories that you had, or if you had people in your life who filled that dad role, you can, you know, remember them. Yeah. Anyway, I hope you all have a fantastic weekend, and I will talk with you later. Bye.